If you see me looking the exact same in the next 3 videos, mind your business. Mind your business. Hi besties, hi friends. So the next few videos are going to be a little out of date per se. I may or may not have recorded these back in July of this year, of 2024, and I'm just now getting around to editing them. So I'm a little late. So there's going to be times where I talk about, oh, August this, oh, California trip this, oh, when you're watching this, I'll be in California. Yeah, that's not the case anymore. It's actually September 2nd when I'm editing these. So let's just ignore that and pretend that that didn't happen, okay? Let's just not talk about it. All right, love you so much. Enjoy the video. Okay, bye. Hi friends, welcome back. Yes, I'm back. It's been a while since I've seen you. I may or may not have been in a slight book slump slash slight life slump, if that makes sense. But we're back and I'm excited to be back, and I hope you're excited that I'm excited that we're back. If that makes sense. Does 1 + 1 = 2 here? We don't know. But welcome in, everybody. If you don't know me, my name is Haley. I read sometimes, and I like talking about reading. So, welcome to my channel. If this is your first video, hi. What's up? How's it going? I hope you like it here. I hope you subscribe and hang out for a little bit. And if you're not new, what up? How's it going? I've missed you guys. I'm gonna try not to talk, like rant, ramble, talk your ears off a lot, but you know, I just missed recording. I missed recording. I got my hair done today. I'm going to California next Friday. If you're watching this on, I'm gonna try and get this one up on Sunday, so if you're watching this on a Sunday, the following Friday, August 2nd is when I'm going to Cali, so I'm really excited, and I wanted to, you know, bulk film some stuff for you guys so I could edit it and schedule / get it up before I go to California. So that's what we're doing. So yeah, welcome in. Again, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Join our little family of chaotic, I don't even know, hot mess, chaotic hot messes. And yeah, let's get into the video. I didn't even say what this video is. This is my May, June, and July wrap up because I've barely read. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I've barely read. My July books that I've read in this 1 week. So I was going through it. June was very, very busy for me, so I didn't really get to read that much in June, which you'll see. But yeah, we're gonna do 3 months worth of wrap up because I don't have enough going on to where each one gets their own video. So anyway, let's get started, shall we? For the month of May, I read 3 books. I don't know, should I tell you guys how much I read over the past 3 months? Or should I just go month by month? Let me know in the comments, although I'll already have this recorded by the time you tell me. So we're just gonna go month by month and I'll tell you how much I read for each month. So for the month of May, I read 3 books. Just 3. And here's what happened in May. I think that, you know, I started off the month very, very strong. I started with 2 5-star books for the month of May, and I think that that messed me up because I started with such strong books, and then the 3rd book I read wasn't a 5-star, and it was very, very slow for me. So I don't know if that kind of messed me up, if that put me in a slump. I don't know, but you know, it is what it is. May has come and gone. We are in July. It is currently July 27th when I'm recording this, which is insane to me. Can y'all believe that it's already July? Or about to be August. That's insane. So the first book I read for the month of May is Fourth Wing. I finally read it, you guys, and my god, did I love this freaking book. This book was so good. I don't even know. I don't even know. I think I was scared to read it for the longest time because so many people loved it. And I was like, what if I hate it? And then people are gonna not like me because I don't like Fourth Wing. And people are gonna be like, ew, you're one of the people that don't like Nobody does that. But you know, in my little insecure mind, that's what I was thinking. Is that people are gonna be like, ew, you didn't like Fourth Wing? Gross. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I loved Fourth Wing. It was so, so good. I love the storyline. I love how this book threw me for a loop so much on which characters I trusted, which characters I loved, which characters I hated at first, but now I love. I cannot tell you my feelings because I will start to cry. I did give this 5 stars. This was my first 5-star of the month of May. And honestly, I think that, I think that it's still 5 stars. There are still times where I think about this book and I'm just like, brother, I am in shambles. I'm in shambles. Honestly, I said this in my TikTok wrap up. I cannot hear, see, read the name Liam ever again. I'll never be able to, I'm about to cry. I'm never going to be able to read, see, hear that name without thinking of Liam in this book, and I'm just not emotionally capable of moving past that. So, Fourth Wing, 5 stars. I loved this. I'm hoping to read Iron Flame before the end of the year. We'll see. Although I've heard that people do not like it as much as Fourth Wing, but it's fine. I'm gonna try and go in with, you know, an open mind. So yeah, Fourth Wing was the first book I read in May. 5 freaking stars. Okay. I still think about this book to this very day, so I'm very secure in my rating. My next book, which if you were paying attention at the beginning of the video, my next book was also a 5-star, and of course it is by Miss Emily Henry. Funny Story by Emily Henry. I can't even, you guys, this book was so good. I adore the concept of this book. I adore the characters in this book. I adore the development that these characters ended up going through. I don't even know how to express how much I love and adore these characters. Emily Henry just has a way of writing her characters where they are so believable and so lifelike. I feel like sometimes when you read romance books or books in general, sometimes the characters are not believable. You know, you would never meet somebody in real life that acts like some of the characters that authors put in their books, which is fine. Like, that's not something that I look for really when I'm reading, is for somebody that like I could walk down the street and I would meet these people, you know? I don't look for that, but it is really refreshing when she writes female characters that are very relatable and male characters that are also very relatable. Like, these two people went through heartbreak, right? At the exact same time, at the hand of the exact same people, and they had each other to kind of get through that moment in time, and they found the love within each other that they both deserve. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know. I just know that this book is so good. I am an Emily Henry stan. There are obviously some books that I'm just kind of like, oh, like, it was really good but not amazing, and I adored this book. This is not one of them. I don't know, I'm rambling at this point, but that's just how much I adore this book. I want to read it again when the paperback comes out, and I want to annotate. I want to do that with all of her books, but especially this one. I loved this one so much. I'm so glad that I read it when I did. I definitely needed it. One of the things that I really adored about this book is not only did I relate to the characters, but I want to have what they have, if that makes sense. Like, I would love to have a man like Miles. He was so caring and truly adored Daphne so much, gave her the love that she deserved, made sure she knew that she was deserving of such a love. And I want to feel like Daphne in finding the worth in myself and just seeing how worthy I truly am of love and of everything that I you know, deserve. 5 stars, funny story. I know I ranted, but I truly, truly, truly love this book. And the last book that I read in the month of May is The Inheritance of Orquídea Divina. This book I rated a 4.25. I really did enjoy this book. It did take me a while to get through, only because like this is different than any other type of book that I've read. Like, I have never read a book like this. I am a romance fantasy girly. I'm starting to dive into mystery thriller, but I'm a romance fantasy girl. Like, I don't know, that's what I gravitate towards. So reading something like this that is a little bit more literary fiction with elements of, like, what do they call it? Background of horror and magical realism. This book is different for me. It did take me quite a while to get through this. I tried listening to it on audiobook. I have discovered I am not an audiobook girl. I can't. People will listen to audiobooks and do something else at the same time, and I can't do that. I can read and have a video playing at the same time, but I cannot listen to an audiobook where I have to actively be listening and do something else at the same time. So I tried to listen to this on audio. Didn't work very well. I think I got through 5 chapters on the audiobook and decided I just need to read it. But this book was really, really good. It is about this family who their grandmother is dying, and they get a letter from her that they need to come claim their inheritance. Their grandma has always had magical abilities. They've grown up around magic. They were kind of, you know, shunned by the town that they live in because of the magical abilities of their grandma. And they just, you know, they kind of distanced themselves from their grandma just because they didn't feel like they had a normal life, and that's what they all wanted. And some of them distanced because of greed. Some of them distanced because, you know, of loss. All sorts of stuff. They all have their reasons, but it definitely goes through, it's in third person, and it goes through the viewpoints of, I believe, 4 of the family members. I'm not 100% sure. I can't fully remember, but they all have to claim their inheritance in some way. And it's honestly such a beautiful story of family and loss and grief and finding yourself and basically finding your own magic and, you know, standing up for that, what you believe in. It's really, really beautiful. I wish I could do it justice, but I'm really bad at explaining things. I need to get better at that. But I truly did love it. The only reason I gave it a 4.25 versus like a 4.5 or 7.5 is it was a little slow for me. It was very back and forth. I felt like we jumped perspectives a lot, and that confused me quite a bit. There were some points where I was like, who is telling, like, whose point of view are we in right now? Like, it confused me a lot. It also has time jumps where they go back in time to the grandmother, Orquídea, her point of view, and that also kind of confused me. I think that's the only reason why it took me so long, is because this is a brain book, I feel, and my brain is very small. So, but I still enjoyed it. Like I said, 4.25, and this is the last book that I read in the month of May. So the month of June now, I read 1 book and 3 manga. I am trying to get into manga, manhwa. I'm trying to get more into those because I do enjoy anime and I do enjoy manga. I just don't have a lot, so I'm trying to get into it more. So I read 1 book and 3 manga. The book that I read is Ricochet by Kristen Becker Ritchie. This is the 2nd book in the Addicted Callaway series. This follows Lily and Lo still. We're still within their... This is mostly Lily. Honestly, this whole book is just Lily. We don't see Lo barely at all in this book. And I think that's why I liked it so much, is because we were focusing on Lily. I still do not really like Lily and Lo. I don't know if my love for them will grow. I know people adore them. I'm not the biggest fan of them. You know, I like Rag and Connor, I think, a little bit more than I like Lily and Lo, but I'm only on book 2, and this series has so many books from so many point of views, so I'm not discounting them yet. I gave this book a 4.25. I did really love this book. I can't remember what I gave Addicted. Let me look. I gave Addicted a 3.75, so the fact that this book is now a 4.25 should tell you something. I really liked it. I think what I really enjoyed about this book, from what I can remember, because this was a couple months ago, I have slept since then. I think that I really loved that we focused on Lily, and Lily really took life by the balls essentially and just really focused on healing herself. She's missing Lo, obviously, if you've read the first book. I don't want to spoil. I try really hard not to spoil, but you know, she's missing Lo. She feels like her life is changing in a way that she never thought it would. You know, she's being forced into these situations with people, with her family, that she, you know, avoided for so many years. But I really loved that she truly was working on herself and making herself better. And she is truly devoted to Lo and, you know, their life together. She, like, it wasn't just their addictions bringing them together. You can tell that she truly loves Lo, and she is scared. You know, she's terrified of what the future holds for them, but she knows that she loves Lo. So 4.25. I really did love it. It was very short. I don't even think it's 300 pages. Yeah, it's like 267. Yeah, 267 pages. So it's really short. It was a nice little stop in their story, essentially. So this was the first book I read in June. 4.25 for Ricochet. Alright, so then the manga that I read is the My Happy Marriage manga. I read the first 3 volumes. The first 2 I gave 4.5 and the last one I gave 4.25. I don't know how I feel about rating manga. Manga to me is not, I don't know how to explain. Obviously manga is like truly literature. It's a book. But for me, I finished these in like 30 minutes. You know, like I zoomed through these, so it feels weird to rate them. I'm gonna keep rating them, but I don't know how my ratings compare to like Ricochet, you know what I'm saying? Because it's different types of literature. I don't know how to explain it. I love these mangas. I love the anime. Honestly, I fell in love with the anime so hard that I cannot wait for more to come out. There are more volumes of this. I think there's only 4 manga volumes out right now. I think the light novels have more. I could be making that up. I don't know. But I read the first 3 volumes. Love. If you like romance with a little bit of magic within the romance, basically if you like romantasy or fanro, however you want to say it, and you want to see it in manga form, My Happy Marriage is a really good one. I enjoyed all 3 volumes. I cannot wait for more, and plus the artwork in here is just absolutely stunning. Like, look at her. A queen! Honestly, she's so pretty. This poor girl has gone through some shit, but I really love My Happy Marriage. It makes me feel all warm and fuzzy, so My Happy Marriage 1, 2, and 3. 4.5 for the first 2, and then 4.25 for the 3rd volume. Alright, so now we're going to talk about what I read in July. Now, July, I did not read at all until the very last week of July. Honestly, this week of July was the only time that I read this entire month. I think I read all of the June books at the beginning of June, and then I didn't read the rest of June or the first 3 weeks of July. So I read all of these in 1 week. I'm still currently reading, but I was like, I need to film, so the other books I'll just count within my August wrap up, and also in my August TBR. I'm cheating a little bit, but it's fine. The first book I read for the month of July is Binding 13. I finally started the Boys of Tommen series, and my god, what a freaking ride. I did read these on my Kindle. These books are so floppy, and the text in them is so small. Look how tiny that font is. It's honestly, it's unreasonably small. Like, I don't think my eyes could handle reading out of the books. So I read them on my Kindle. They are on Kindle Unlimited if you want to read them but don't want to buy the physical copies. But y'all know me, I'm a hoarder. So I did read Binding 13. I gave this one 4 stars. I honestly was a little bit worried that I would not like this book, that I would not like this series, and that kind of worried me because I do truly want to love these books. I want to love what you guys love because I love loving what other people love, if that makes sense. Like, it makes me feel connected to people when I like something that other people also like. Anyway, that doesn't matter. I need to stop thinking that way when I read, but I enjoyed this book. I think that my only complaint with Chloe Walsh books is one, they're freaking long. This book is 600 pages. 600 pages for a YA. Technically, this is YA romance. That's kind of crazy. And also, I don't agree that these should be YA. I think these should be new adult. Honestly, there's a lot in here that if I was 17, 16 reading these, I don't know. I would be scarred a little bit. These books are heavy. There's a lot of trauma in these books. There's a lot of explicit talk, I guess, which again, I don't care. But the fact that this is YA is shocking, actually. I don't know if that's just me. Let me know down below if you have read these and you also think they shouldn't be YA. But I genuinely do not feel like they should be YA. I was pretty irritated with how Shannon would act and how Johnny would act. Like, I feel like they were both being kind of ridiculous. But then I have to remember that they're teenagers. They're literally kids trying to navigate adult problems, and that's why they're being so ridiculous for a part of this book. But I truly did fall in love with the characters in this book. All of the characters in this book. Like, I'm so excited to continue this series and learn more about other people's stories because the characters in this book are so good. They're so well developed and just so, like, they have their own personalities, and I find it hard sometimes to distinguish characters if they're not well written, and these characters are well written. That's all I'm gonna say. So I gave it a 4-star. I really did love it. Shannon goes through so much in this book, and the last like 4 or 5 chapters were heartbreaking to me, and I don't know if I will emotionally recover from that. But yeah, 4 stars for Binding 13. And then, of course, you know I had to go on to Keeping 13 right after I finished Binding 13, and I actually gave this one 4 stars as well. I don't know why I'm in the 4-star range with these books and why they're not like 4.25 or higher. I genuinely think that there's issues with how this is written that I can't get past. She loves to say okay with like a question mark all the time. Like, Shannon says that so much. Johnny started saying that so much, and it just drives me crazy because to me that's kind of like, I don't know, the way that I was reading it was very condescending, maybe. I don't know. Like, Johnny would say something and Shannon would be like, okay. Like, that's weird to me. I don't know why, but that's just like a thing, my thing. I also felt like conversations between people are too fucking long, and I think that that's why these books are so long. This one is 650 pages, which is crazy to me for a YA romance. I feel like that's way too long. I feel like conversations in these books are 3 pages long when they could be 1.5 pages long. The conversations are too long. There's too much dialogue between people, and I would find myself skipping conversations because they were talking for way too long. Other than that, I really loved it. The first chapter had me bawling my eyes out. Honestly, I was so shocked. And then towards the end, not the end, but like the big conflict, like the 3rd act conflict, also had me in tears because what the actual heck? This poor girl is going through things that most adults don't even go through, and that's so crazy to me that these teenagers are dealing with this stuff. I did really love these books. I ate them up. I finished this one in probably 9 hours. I ate it up. I loved them. I just think that those little things about, you know, how the book was written, the conversations, and how long the dialogue is the only thing that I did not like. and I think that's why they're both 4-star. It's just because, like I said, they're really freaking long, and then there will be dialogue that's 4 or 5 pages, and it's just too much for my brain. And my last book for the month of June, I just finished, honestly, yesterday. When I say I ate Keeping 13 and Binding 13 up, I ate this one up even more. Like, it was a buffet. I couldn't leave. It's like the scene in Spirited Away where No Face just starts eating everything. That was me with this book. Truly me with this book. Heartless by Elsie Silver. This book was so good. This book was so good. This book was so good. Honestly, Elsie Silver is becoming one of my favorite authors. I don't remember what I rated Flawless. I can actually check right now. Hold on. Okay, I rated Flawless a 4.5. 5 stars. This book, 5 freaking stars. I have never wanted to find a single dad, cowboy, grumpy man like I have after reading this book. My God, this book was perfection. I buddy read this with my bestie Meg, and when I tell you that I just could not stop reading, I was like, I'm gonna slow down because we're buddy reading and I don't want to get too far ahead of her, but I couldn't stop. I just kept reading it, and by the time I realized I was done, I had read all like 400 pages of this book in a matter of like 6 to 9 hours. Like, I ate this book up. I love both of the characters in this book. I love Luke, I love Willa, I love Cade, I love the little bits of all the other characters that we get. I love Jasper, I love Rhett, I love, you know, Harvey. I love them all. We barely get to see Bo, obviously, because Mother Trucker keeps leaving, but I just love this book so much. I do feel like there could have been a little bit more conflict, but honestly, that did not deter me from how much I loved this book, because normally I want more conflict, I want more drama, and I feel like the conflicts in this book just didn't last long enough, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like it was resolved very fast, but that just could show how much these two loved each other, is that nothing was gonna like tear them apart. And honestly, that warms my little heart. And I just feel like I need to go to the rodeo more and find me a nice rodeo man who may or may not have a son or daughter. That's all I'm saying. And I've never felt that way before, but I need to move to Canada is my next step. But I love these books. I cannot wait to read the next one. I need to ask Meg if we're gonna buddy read all of them. But she likes to take her time with series, and I'm a binger, so I need to talk to her. But 5 stars for Heartless. I need to see how many 5 stars I have this year, because I feel like I'm very happy with how I'm reading this year. So that's it. That was my May, June, and July wrap up. I'm really sorry that I've been gone for so long. Life has just been lifing, honestly, and I cannot tell you when I'm gonna get a break, but hopefully after California, life will kind of calm down a little bit and I will be able to get back to recording and just doing fun stuff with you guys. And I have some videos planned that will be a little bit more chill than some of the other stuff I've been trying to do with a full-time job. So yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to see you next time. Okay, bye.